Hello team, today's challenge is contrast rating 2, where we're given a little bit more information from yesterday and we need to do some stuff ourselves. Specifically, we're given the two different luminances, right? The two different brightness values, and we need to calculate our own ratio. So for yesterday, we had some code where we were given the ratio pre-calculated as a string of all things, which is kind of weird. And we created some code to use that. So we passed in that ratio. We checked if it was a number, right? We made sure that it was a number. And then from there, we ran our tests to generate whichever key we wanted. We had this minus infinity thing, or we could do the return fail right at the end. All of it worked. And in fact, it works so well that I'm just going to copy this. So if you haven't seen this, go back to yesterday, check it out, and it will explain most of what this code does. The bulk of it, though, is that it's doing exactly that. It's checking for a number and then using the large text to figure out what our actual rating is, okay? So copying that, bringing it over just like this, and pasting it in. Boom, okay? Contrast rating, they've used the same name here, so we need to change some stuff. I'm going to change this one to be get WCAG ratio, I guess, rating. I'll leave it as rating, right? And then down here, all we need to do is calculate our ratio and use everything that we got yesterday. Okay, I'm not even going to remove the comment. I'm just going to leave it all there for historical reference, right? And so down here, we get that ratio. We go const ratio equals what? Well, we get the L1 plus 0.05, right? And then we divide that by the L2 plus 0.05, because that's what they're asking for. They're asking for us to add 0.05 and then divide luminance 1 by luminance 2 to give us that ratio. And then finally, we go and just send it on through. So we have get that ratio where we toss in the ratio and the is large text, and it works, right? And of course, we could do other things like, as an example, we could take this bit of code and extract it out, because right now we are guaranteed to get luminance 1 being brighter than luminance 2, which means that this division is always going to work in our favor. But what if they just toss random things in there, right? Right now, white is 1, going down here, right? White is 1, black is 0. So what if they added black first and white second? Well, with that, we absolutely can. So we could go something like function, creating it, what did I call it? Get contrast ratio, right? Seems like a pretty good one. Contrast ratio like this, sending in L1 and L2. Excellent. And returning, come on, paste it in, returning this math. But it's not quite right, is it? Because we need to figure out, well, first I need that R to be in there, but we need to figure out how to sort these, right? And that's the whole thing, is that I want to make this as flexible as possible, where they could toss in two random values and we can still do the math properly, okay? Whether it's black and white or white and black, we don't really care what the order is, and we shouldn't have to worry about that. So right here, what I would recommend is we extract that. So we go new 1, right? And new 2, just like this, sending in L1 and L2 and sorting them, right? Sort, which we get A and B, and then over here we pass it through and we want it largest to smallest, right? The brighter luminance is a bigger number. So A and B means we want B minus A, okay? And then we change the L, if we can multi-cursor this, to new. Again, sometimes my keyboard doesn't want to work there, and use this, right? So down here, instead of this, we're going to comment that out so we have it. Jump into the end, clearing all of this stuff out, and tossing in L1 and L2, which should still work, right? It absolutely should still work. We haven't really changed anything because we don't need the sort today, but If they decide to start flipping these in the other direction, then we are absolutely guaranteed to still work. And that's the key, right? So to wrap it up, we made all this work, right? We brought in code from yesterday because there's nothing wrong with this code. We don't need to rewrite it. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just use it. We had to rename the function because they use the same function name for both these challenges. But beyond that, we just pass that information in. And the only thing that we needed to do is calculate that ratio, which we did the first time around directly and the second time around as a function that we can test against and maintain and build into with things like sorting, right? So there it is. It's not going to bring the message up again, but everything is checkmarked and we are ready to go. Again, not every solution, just hopefully one good solution. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you went a different way, let me know all that stuff in the comments. Otherwise, for today, this is being Contrast Rating 2, and I will see you tomorrow.